Hey Lola, so I'm here with Ember by Jennifer Costello. As you guys know, I did the prototype for this one, which was Purpose. So guys, meet Purpose 2.0 because I did a thing where I let the original Purpose go because I was gonna do a private order custom, and I made the decision to go ahead and let the original go. And so now I am, this one will be the one that I paint for me, and she will still be Purpose. But so y'all just stay tuned, hold your seats, y'all niece will be back. She might look a little different, but you know, babies change after a couple weeks or so. That's what we're gonna call it. But just so you guys know, if you get like a little dent in your baby sometime you can just rub gently on them, and the dent will go out. But yeah, so I just fell in love with this sculpt, and it was a dream baby for me, and she's still a dream baby for me, and she is going to be a forever in my collection. Like I said, the only reason I let the original go is because it just made sense, and it was just easier for me at the time to do that. And then I just can take my time with this one again. Like with the first one, they're really soft babies. Just nice silicone. I always love that about Jennifer's silicone. Again, that's Jennifer Costello. So many different Jennifers that sculpt. She has an open mouth, and she will have her tongue as well. She got a blank tongue that I'll paint for her. I'm not sure if I'm going to put her on the table just yet, but I'm really thinking maybe I should, but it just depends. I need to focus on the baby that I have, that mommy has paid and is waiting for that baby. So I'm going to focus on that baby right now. I will later worry about other things. I just, like I love the way that she would just curl up and stuff. And you know, it's just this sculpt is one of my favorites. I do like her Shelby sculpt as well. She redid that sculpt and made it, the armpits are a little bit better than the first one. And so actually they're a lot better than the first Shelby, and she's a little bit smaller, the second edition of the Shelby sculpt. And yeah, so I like that one too, but I haven't gotten that one again. But I really like this one. I like that she has more of a bottom lip. I'm all about babies that have like more lips. And the thing I like about Jennifer sculpts is the faces. They have very like defined features, so it gives them a more of a realistic face. Let me zoom in. So like, I don't know how to explain it, but like the nose and the eyes, and you know, this area is very defined. Her ears are very nice, very defined. Just really love that on her. With Jennifer, her hands are getting much better. I've noticed they're starting to get better, and the thickness in this part is, she's starting to thin that out a little bit more better. You know, there's things in sculpts that you'll be like, oh, it's not, may not be my favorite, but it's not a deal breaker. And I, you know, I know it's how hard it is to sculpt. And so you can't, this is art, and you can't just like nitpick every little thing. So a lot of people might be like, oh, you know, she's your favorite. What about this? What about that? I absolutely love her feet. I think her feet are very realistic, and her little ankle bones and stuff. I don't know. And I love the size of her feet. I love the size of this baby. I love her belly button. Like, I love just about everything sculpted on her. So I just, you know, some things, like, it may not be your cup of tea, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. Because we all going to have a different preference. Someone, you know, contacted me and was asking me my opinion on different sculpts, and I was trying to let them know, like, you know, hey, I would love to give you my opinion, but what I like may not be a thing, or what's a deal breaker for me may not be a deal breaker for you, and what's a deal breaker for you may not be a deal breaker for me. So really, a lot of this is very personal preference. I can tell you like factual stuff, like, you know, her pouring is smooth. I like the color that she pours in. I can tell you those type things. But even with the pour color, it can be varies. Like, I may feel like this is a neutral color for me. Other people might be like, oh, it's too light or it's too dark. So with this hobby and just even painting, everything is very personal, and you know, it's just a matter of preference with a lot of stuff. Like, the facts would be that she's super soft. The facts would be that her ears is realistic. Her, you know, but then again, is that a fact? Because, you know, some people can be like, oh, they can argue that. You know, well, I don't see how they can argue those ears, because those ears are super realistic. But you know what I mean. I think everybody can argue everything. It's just like skin tones. They're like, oh, you know, there are, you know, AA babies, black babies that are born super, super dark. And then it's like, oh, no, most babies are born light. Like, you can go and find a picture on the internet, and you can find something to justify almost everything you can think of. So, all about preference. I personally enjoy shopping with Jennifer Costello, like I do with Jennifer Sussman Price. And, you know, they're just warm people, caring people, and I feel good about giving my money to them. Okay. That's another plus for me. So if I have to pick over, you know, customer service, it's just, you know, it's a tight between this one and that one. I'm going to always go with the one that I feel like I get the best service, and I know that I'm going to get quality. You know what I mean? I mean, even if I really like you, if your work is not that great, I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of money to just pour out. But if your work is great and you have a great personality, and when I say personality, I don't need to know your personal business. I don't need to know your political stand or any of that stuff. I prefer not to, actually. I just mean you're connected with your customers. You appreciate and value your customers. When someone bring a concern, you're not automatically on the defense. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the thing, just knowing. So Jennifer Costello, unless something drastic happened, will always be somebody that I would love to always have a piece of her artwork in my collection. You know, when you get old and you look back at your collection and stuff, you want to have fond memories and stuff. You don't want to have all this negative energy of, oh, I remember this translation, it was just so terrible, and I was just on pins and needles. And maybe you do. Maybe you want to have that story. But for me, I like the pleasant stories. I like the easy transactions and stuff like that. Oh, one other quick thing before I go. Some changes that might be being made to box openings with my babies. The glass bottles may be discontinued. I'm going to still continue to try to get them when I can, but I'm not being able to get them as easily as I was, you know, getting the engraving and all that and stuff. But so personalized items will vary depending on what I have in stock at the time of your baby being shipped. So those bottles, just between the bottle itself, what I pay for them to be engraved, and the back and forth to, you know, take them, pick them up, all that stuff, It's probably about 50 or something dollars for just the one bottle, just FYI. And I enjoy doing them because I feel like it's kind of unique, but it is, you know, something that I may not be able to get to. So you can ask me if you get ready to buy a baby, if that's so important to you. You can always ask me up front, and I'll let you know if I have one that will be coming home with your baby. Otherwise, you know, you may get it, you may not. I am doing the brushes now. Again, some of these things may be, you know, in stock, out of stock. The onesies, the bibs, the blankets, you know, different things vary. Every box opening kind of varies. But I try to do my best to send a nice box opening home. So anyway, guys, and tongues. Every baby do not come with a tongue. I know you see me putting tongues in all my baby's mouth, and I had like a whole jar of tongues. I've been giving them out for the most part, and they were for my personal collection. Now I'm down to a very limited amount that's already painted, but they're for my personal babies. So the sculptors don't always send a tongue. I know they were selling them separate at the doll show for $10 all the way up to like $35, $40 for a tongue. Some was painted, some was not painted. But so that's not something that can be requested because that's not something that I can make. So I don't, you know, I don't supply tongues with every baby as well. Trying to think of what else. Just please, like, don't, if you've asked me about some of these things, please don't take this to be personal to you. It is just a general, you know, just a general update for everyone, potential customers and stuff like that may have seen other box openings and stuff like that. So as I always say, don't get stuck on the bubble gum. I just want to put it out there just so I'm like, oh, I don't want people to be disappointed. That is, you know, because I really value my customers a lot, and I don't ever want them to feel disappointed or feel cheated or slighted, or like, oh, so and so got one, why didn't I get one, you know, or whatever the case may be. So again, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my little blank Ember. If you like the sculpt, oh my goodness, if you like the sculpt, you can contact Jennifer Costello to order one. I think she was number 21 in the her COA said, so I don't know what number she might stop at or whatever, but if you want one, you know, go check Jennifer Costello out. She's on JenOaks on Instagram, and she's Jennifer Costello. Last name is Decagano or something, I don't know, on Facebook. But if you type in Jennifer Costello, it should pop up. So yeah, so that's that. So anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching. Bye bye.